What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back for more of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. I was extremely frazzled the last couple of episodes, but upon editing them, I had some time to reflect, so my initial theory, was that Mr. Wolf was actually the devil himself, but when I relayed some of the stories that we collected back to him, such as the shepherd with the weird sheep flock that were like people. He said, yes, you've met my family. So I don't think Mr. Wolf is the devil and he's not death, but they're in the same family. There's a lot to unpack and we've got a long road ahead of us. So let's just check our map real quick, get my bearings, see who's over here at this campfire. Rose. Oh, Rose. All right, let me shuffle some of my stories around a little bit because we collected quite a few. And then we will go meet our maker. Okay, I swapped around quite a few stories, so hopefully we'll get some results. Let's go talk to Rose, get this over with. I have nothing against the character, it's just the second I met her, I started questioning everything, Not when I lost a poker game to a wolf and turned into a giant skeleton boy, cursed to travel the United States. No, that was fine. I expected that. Rose is a completely different entity altogether. Oh, so let's see what she has to say this time. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Well, hey, groovy to see you again. I guess I spilled it all about my childhood last time we talked. If you want to hear about the good old days and the hate, I can tell you something about that maybe. But I want a good story in trade.
Of course.
I share, you share, dig?
I dig.
But anyway, know any good sad ones? Keep it real though. Something sad and real.
Okay, so last time she wanted positive, optimistic, or scary stories, and now she wants something sad. Well, I got plenty of sad.
Oh, wow. Do you know what happened next? They deserve a little love after that. Sadness. I wasn't sad so much as, why couldn't you wait a little longer? The wave had come and gone and just left junk tossed up on shore. So, you seen anything really hilarious out here?
I don't know, I'm gonna go for it.
Ha! You got a groovy sense of humor, stranger.
Okay, I need to remember the kitten basket is a funny story, not a happy one.
Joy. All the joy and color had drained out when I got there. The summer of love was over, and it was just a city street. Filthy, with the gray fog and the pushers prowling. I stopped grooving quick. So anyway, got any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird?
You bet. Let me tell you about this cat.
Oh, wow, that's scary stuff. You are really good at telling these. Everything changes, of course. That's what life is. But couldn't it have held out for just a bit longer? Couldn't they just let me see that beautiful, colorful riot where we showed the world what it could be? But anyway, let's keep it grooving. Tell me something funny.
Oh, I don't know if I can, Rose. I don't know if I have anything funny left. Oh, well, this, I guess, could be interpreted as funny with the ghosts who pranked me hard.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Of course you'd be on their side.
traps didn't catch me. I dodged the snare of the hard drugs, thank God. Found someone who gave me grass and acid before I found the ones pushing the pills and the needle. Otherwise, maybe I'd still be there, huddled in a doorway.
Aww.
You know, I'd love to hear a really good, scary story.
I got you, girl.
Oh man, that's really good. Good and scary, I mean.
Oh, did we do it? Did we get to chapter 3?
Choice? I thought we were making a choice to really change the way we lived. But maybe the diggers and the free clinic and the psychedelic shop had their values and lived them out. I don't know. Maybe they burned too fierce, and all those flames were snuffed or hidden when I showed up. I hope that was an interesting story. I don't have a lot of people ask me about what the hate was like. Maybe they feel like they know from the news, but they don't.
Oh,
I bet you have a lot of stories
no.
like that.
Oh, Rose, were you in a cult? I think Rose was in a cult.
So you're gonna have to tell them to me next time, okay? Where you heading next? I'm catching a ride this way. Look for me, all right?
Oh, I will, Rose, but not right away, because we all know what happens in chapter 3. We don't know what happens. Oh, baby girl, I think she was in a cult. Oh no.
There are people shouting and laughing inside this restaurant, and a man sitting alone on the porch like a statue. When you sit beside him, he gives you a weak grin. Look at us. Tired? Oh, I get so tired. Can't even celebrate a job.
What job?
WPA, planting trees. He tells you about the hours he spends digging holes in the sun. Collapse has been hard on folks, but I didn't have a job before all this. Now I'm doing good. Kinda glad things went to shit. He hesitates. Is that wrong, do you think?
No, not at all. I mean, sometimes tragedy brings out good things.
His head sinks on his chest. I'm never sure, though, he says. Never completely sure. Then he glances up, forces a smile. In awkward apology, he makes you a gift of half his sandwich. Jesus, I'm really pulling down the mood, he stammers.
Move on. Did I lose health? No, okay. I saw the half a heart and I got concerned. I was like, oh no, because he was talking about a job. And I was like, oh, do I get paid? Okay, I'm full up. I'm full up on my stats. Don't gotta worry about that right now. And also looking back at when I was editing the previous episodes, I think we're meant to die out here occasionally so we can get to the next chapter of Mr. Wolf. But I don't want to talk to him too frequently. So we're still gonna keep an eye on our stats. Let's hear a story. You wait in this soup line for over an hour. It's barely crawling along. You round the corner of the building and see far away a lone pair of nurses struggling to ladle out soup to hundreds. Gonna be waiting here a while longer, sighs the mother in line beside you. Seems like it. You and her get to talking. After a while, the topic drifts into a strange place and she starts telling you about the exorcist who drove ghosts from the Cincinnati Music Hall with a triangle. You recognize it as a story about the ghosts who murdered the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, but way more outrageous than your version. I know that story. You tell her your version. That's not as exciting, she says diplomatically. What is wrong with these voices? I can't stay consistent. But that's half the fun. I mean, it sure sounds realer than what I heard, but I think Toby likes mine best. She bounces her child encouragingly on her hip, but Toby's too hungry to smile. Move on. Okay. Okay, where to next? We have 2 characters we have not met yet, and I want to get everyone up to their chapter 3. Get them all like on an equally insane plane and go from there. So I think, yeah, there's one down here in California, and there was someone else, yeah, Colorado. I'm pretty equidistant, but I suppose Colorado is closer. So let's trek on down to the, you know, in the southeastern direction and see what other stories we can find along the way. Okay, so I clicked on a building with an X, and I wasn't expecting... Have I just been missing stories? I was trying to hop a train. Does this matter? A car crammed with well-dressed vacationers pulls up at a gas pump. Fill me up, will you? The driver draws, a thickly transatlantic effect. You oblige. He tips pretty well, then roars off down the road, fine leather bags bouncing and rattling on the roof. Move on. Huh? Oh my gosh, have I been missing stories the whole time? I thought the X's because I was seeing them at crossings. Oh, I feel so dumb. I was lazy, so I was gonna hop a train, but now I just feel like I've lost or just passed over so many stories because they didn't have the white icon bubble. Okay, that's Rose in front of us. We are not gonna talk to her again. Not right now. Okay, this is where I can hop a train. It has the car icon. And I just kept passing by those icons with X's because I'm dumb. That's okay, it gives us more chance to explore. What's your story? These men lean against the wall of this hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before. They launch into a group recitation of the sugarcane farmer who killed a cutter every night to ensure a good harvest, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. Wait a second. You recognize this story. It's the story about the sugarcane farmer who took criminals from the jails and worked them in his fields until they died. Someone's added to it in the meantime, though. What do you think? Asks one of the men, eyes bright. Do you really think that happened? No way, of course. I'm always gonna just let them have their stories. I'm never gonna tell them no. Well, I'm not sure myself, he replies. But damn, it sounds wild. Move on. Need a... What's the term? Suspension of disbelief. Oh no, I'm already short on sleep. Oh, we can't be having that now.
A Chevy sedan laden with suitcases chugs to a stop beside you. A woman leans out the window. An infant screaming, and 2 boys are punching each other in the back seat. Could you drive us for a while? I gotta feed the baby, but we need to keep moving. I could pay you.
Last time I got in the car with strangers, I almost got shanked. So, won't be necessary or sure, but I'm gonna say sure, why not?
You grip the wheel tight as sounds of chaos fill the car. The boys have begun to wrestle in earnest on the Chevy's bench. Olarona! Their mother hisses. Both boys straighten instantly. In the mirror, you see their stricken expressions. The only sound is the baby's soft suckling.
Ooh, so just let them stew or ask about Olarona. Ooh, let's ask.
You direct the question to the boys in the back, but they don't make a sound. Their eyes are wide and frightened. Patting the infant on the back, their mother chuckles. The boys don't speak another word, even when you part ways down the road.
Okay. I had to look this up because it felt like it was like a folk tale, not just some BS monster that parents use to keep their children in check. I mean, kind of is, but more so like on a grander scale of like a culture or community. So this is from Wikipedia. La Llorona. In Latin American folklore, La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, the Wailer, is a ghost who roams waterfront areas mourning her drowned children. All right, well, I guess we'll move on. The children frightened of La Llorona. Okay, see, this house with an X. Did it have a purpose all along? And I just... too dumb to notice. Search. Yes, see? Oh my gosh, are these stat boosters? Oh, praise be, I need them. This preacher ushers you into the church through an alley door. Behind the shelves in this warm little janitorial closet, he shows you a cot with a thick blanket and a soft pillow. You fall asleep to the sound of singing voices echoing through the wall and wake refreshed. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, sir. And I refilled my sleep. Oh my gosh. There were stat boosts sprinkled throughout the map, and I just was too blind to see. Well, I was gonna head for that campfire. Ooh, we're getting close to a new friend. So we do need to head toward that campfire, but since we just got our sleep refilled, I saw a blurb over here, and we're gonna get it. And I love how the soundtrack changes, the music changes when you enter different parts of the country. I love that.
The steady spin of the lasso is hypnotic. "Help me out here," says the man. "I've been hunting this horse a long time. Extra pair of hands will make sure she doesn't get the better of me.
Why this horse?
She belonged to someone who wronged me. Butch slipped out of this world before I could square things between us, but damn did he love this horse." He grins. "If she bucks real hard, haul on the rope. Buy me some time."
Okay, or what do you do with her?
He's dead. His old crew, though, they're still around. They'll bust a gasket when they see me ride in on his horse. His hand hovers over the handle of his knife. And then he grins. "Let's get this done."
No, I was okay with you just riding on a horse and being like, haha, but if you're gonna kill it, no.
He ignores you or doesn't hear. The lasso loops around the horse's neck on the first throw. The rope's in your hands before you realize he's put it there. He slips smoothly onto her back and grips with his knees. She fights, though, bucking hard enough to jar him loose.
Drop the rope. Or pull the rope. I don't want to be here. I should have just gone to my campfire, but that's okay. Okay, let's think about this. I'm on the horse's side. I'm a complete stranger. He just assumed I was going to help him. Like, I don't mind, like, actually helping like, I helped that woman find a ring in the water. That's fine. Animal abuse, no bueno. So I'm gonna drop that rope, and good luck to you, sir. Bye-bye.
He slips, tumbling into the dirt, and narrowly avoids being trampled under her heels. The man rolls to his feet, pulling the knife. "Fucking hell! You stupid or just got a death wish?" It's time to run.
See, he's fine. Move on. So I got all kinds of turned around. I was trying to go over here to Colorado. I ended up just being down here on the border of Nevada and California. So the person in front of us is either this new friend down here in California. It looks like we're about to cross the border, so that could be it. Or if we stay on the border, we could talk to Dahaya again. Which, from what I remember, she liked hopeful stories. But I think I'm going to leave everything the way I have it for now. Just simply because the characters seem to change their preferences with each chapter. Look at these little oil pumps in the bottom. The little tiny details and animation. The little palm trees over there by the beach. Oh, this is so cool.
The railway was a fast route between two towns, but the oil which promised to make each town rich was never there. The track died fast. The citizens, like the bird, survive on pickings. The vulture gouges at a cow's jawbone, a piece of paper trapped under the skull.
Read the note.
Your motion disturbs the bird. Takes off with an air of disdain. The buffalo is long dead. There was no meat left. It lands again, not far across the track. The note tears as you pull it free. I can't wait longer. Ran out of food.
Piece the note together.
Mary, I can't wait longer. Ran out of food, so had to hunt. I hate it. I said we'd leave for a new life, but not one like this. Guess you've changed your mind. If you still want to marry me, I'm going north. I love you.
Aww.
The rider did not make it far.
Oh.
Some 200 yards across the track is a body on its back. It stinks. Marks in the dirt indicate someone tried to move it. Its arms are folded over its chest. A once white handkerchief has been used to cover the man's face.
Leave the body alone or examine the body. Real life, I would not do this, but we're in a game, so let's examine the body.
The clothes at the front are bloody and torn where they've been pecked by birds. There's no obvious wound that hasn't been inflicted after death. When you roll it over with your foot, the killing blow is obvious. A shotgun blast to the back. At short range.
My jaw just literally dropped. Wow. Oh, that was rough.
The Jackrabbit flees across the desert, and the house cat follows. They're equals in speed and finesse, a miniature portrait of lion and gazelle. This drama of nature captivates, even though, if you're honest, the whole spectacle's mostly just adorable.
Okay, now jackrabbits are real animals. Like they're real rabbits with ridiculously, like, not normal rabbit ears. They're pretty impressive ears. But the jackrabbit we're looking at in this picture has horns. Are we just watching another cryptid?
The hare turns as it lands and carries the momentum forward. The house cat reacts too slow, skids past, putting distance between the two critters. The hare races past you. Are those? No. Couldn't be. This jackrabbit has antlers.
Now we can cheer for the house cat, or we can cheer for the jackrabbit, but it's got antlers, so it's a jackalope. I am going to cheer for the house cat because if he's chasing a cryptid, he's already at a severe disadvantage.
Emboldened, the cat gains on the jackrabbit and sinks its claws into its hide. The two bodies slide across the sand as the frenzy of the chase comes to an end. Now there's a pair of antlers worthy of a roadside attraction.
Okay, move on. And I don't have a cat, and I don't know cat, but this cat looks pretty skinny, so I'm glad he got something to eat. Move on. Well, we are in California. Another place I've never been to. I've never seen the Pacific Ocean. Would love to one day. Ooh, okay. Well, I'm gonna save that story over there behind Los Angeles for after our new campfire friend because I don't plan on swapping out any stories, so there's no reason to go get it right now. Bertha!
You been in California long? It's been a few years for me, but they still call me Okie.
Aw.
I came west when our farm stopped growing anything but a crop of dust. But when we got here, there were so many others here before us. Maybe you've got less need behind you. I hope so, for your sake. Anyway, know any good, hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
I might. I made the executive decision to not swap any stories around, so it's anybody's game right now.
That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. Heaven? When you can see heaven right across the road but can't get to it, that's the worst. There's some of us found the Los Angeles police waiting when they got to the California border. Had to go back unless they could show $50 in cash.
Huh.
The only people who could come in were the ones that didn't need to. I've had a hard day. Do you know any hopeful stories to cheer me up?
This might come off as hopeful. Let's find out.
If you're trying to make me laugh, it's not working, you know.
Okay, so putting that back in my brain, that's a funny story.
I had trust. The way my mother raised me. Someone comes to your door, you give them a bite to eat and a place to sit down. Made me think the world was full of people who'd do that for you. But when the dust starts blowing off the ground, the hospitality goes away with it. I had to learn no one was gonna do that for me, and I couldn't afford to do it for them either.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories?
I got this basket of kittens over here. Somewhere. You'd think I'd have a better grasp on where all of my stories are inventoried by now, but I don't.
Oh, my sides hurt. Joy. Oh, when we first heard they were looking for workers in California. That was joy.
It's a long movie, but everyone should watch The Grapes of Wrath. I'm not gonna sit here and try to explain it because I'm not doing it any justice. I'm barely getting by just talking to you through a screen right now.
We thought we'd get here and have our own home right away. And no dirt floor either. Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
Well, luckily it looks like we've unlocked chapter 2, so I don't have to think too hard about this.
Thank you for sharing that one.
Oh,
I feel a little better now.
I didn't think of that as a hopeful story.
Home is a place from when I was a child. And the snow was heavy in the winter, and the crops came up, and the soil stayed on the ground. Home's not there anymore. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
At this juncture, I don't think I can, but I'll try.
Give me a moment just to catch my breath.
Of course, the story about me, again, getting pranked and left with the bill would be funny for other people.
Choice? Huh. Most of us don't have many choices what we do. We don't have enough to give away. After we'd been here a while, my husband wanted to go back to Oklahoma. But I knew there was nothing for us there anymore.
Oh.
I said I wasn't going back there to starve to death. So he took the girls and went without me.
Oh, honey.
And now, I'm going my own way. Down the road this way, actually, to the next job. On and on and on.
So she's in a somewhat similar situation as Rocio.
What about you? Where are you going? What are you leaving behind?
Oh, man. All right, let's grab this story. Take a break in LA, and then we'll call it a day.
Beside this lonely campfire, a familiar, magnificent black horse rears at your presence. A familiar old Stetson-hatted cowboy calms him. "Easy, boy," Bill says. He turns his attention to you. "Sorry, he startles around strangers. I guess he's like me. You want to give him an apple?"
Yes. Why would I not give the horse an apple? Okay. A familiar black horse. Have I seen this horse in a previous story? Or is this an American lore horse? I'm thinking too hard. Sure, let's give the good boy an apple.
The horse snorts as you approach. "Easy, easy," Bill says again, his voice low and soothing. The horse eyes you warily, but lowers its head to your palm and begins to eat. The cowboy nods as he lifts a tin pot from the flames. "You want a cup of coffee, stranger?"
Sure.
Don't get company much, but I try to be hospitable. West's changed. Folks still need each other. A rattlesnake unwinds from his neck and slithers down his arm. "Oh, don't worry, he won't bite. There's no animal I can't tame." "People, though." He trails off, stares into the fire.
Oh, that's a deep cut. Also, is he like a marshal? Man who could soothe animals. Well, he is a friendly enough fella. Let's go to LA. It's not long before you've seen every symbol of this cruel, beautiful place. Palm trees, the sea, oil wells nodding in the fields. Some sidewalks leak tar. Sun beats down, and this light, everyone's gorgeous. I don't know where these voices are coming from. I'm full up on everything, so I do not need to earn money or buy anything in the store. But let's see what they got in the store. What's LA have to offer? A taco plate? A classy cocktail, a blue plate special, or a glass of wine. Okay, okay. Well, let's explore, and we'll call it a day.
In this plaza, jacaranda trees nestle among adobe structures. A man sits in the shade of the largest one, plucking notes on his guitar. Wind rustles their branches and stirs up sounds of shouting, truncheons on flesh. An old woman fanning herself looks up at the noise.
Listen to the music or talk to the woman? I guess let's talk to the woman.
When you ask her about the shouts, she sighs. Voices from the riot. Police stormed the plaza, rounded up everyone,
No.
put them on a train to Mexico. Even people who were born here, like my brother. Intellectuals, socialists, and artists used to gather here. Now, a branch scrapes at a freshly painted wall. A man shouts at another to run towards Bunker Hill. Memories, she finishes. But those of us left, we don't forget. We're still here. History is a palimpsest. Voices linger, echoes that resonate when we listen.
Ooh, that gave me chills. All right, we are going to leave this episode of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine here. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!